Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm gonna be doing the next lesson. I did promise to do and explain the Dorian mode, but I thought let me do something a little bit more granular, inclusive, not leaving out all the other scales within the modal scales. What is modal scales? It's your major scale all over the neck. What is your major scale? It's your do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's your major scale. So it's basically your do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do all over the fretboard. In this particular exercise, we're going to do it in the key of F. I did the G Ionian mode, the major scale, in the last video. So I thought let's be different and do this one in the key of F, so that your brain doesn't get like fixated on a pattern only in the key of G. You can only play G Ionian, you can only play A Dorian. Well, no, now you can play F Ionian, G Dorian. And you should learn how to play these modes all over the neck so that your brain doesn't get, because you see these fret marker dots here sometimes. You learn a particular scale, like you learn the G major scale, and you know your fingers are going on those dots, on those dots. But now what happens when you need to play something like a B flat? Like, these fretboard markers can start messing you up. You get your muscle memory all like fixated on a particular shape just because you've only learned there. No, the shape you need to learn all over the fretboard. But for this particular demonstration, we're working in the key of F. And let me show you what modal scales are and how they work, how they sound, what chords are used over each scale, etc. Before I carry on, I'd just like it if you could hit that like and subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me. Alright, cool. So we touched on the major scale, the Ionian mode. Let's do it in the key of F. And it's going to look and sound something like this. And of course, descending. Right. That scale, it fits over major chords, power chords, major 6 chords, major 7th chords. So alright. So I'm not going to spend too much on that, but just to recap, what is your major scale? It's your do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And let's just extend do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Right. Now let's go and move over to the Dorian mode. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to segment this video into chapters so that if you particularly just want to look at the Dorian mode, or you particularly just want to look at the Phrygian or the Locrian, whatever, you can jump to that chapter and yeah, hop onto it like that. So the next mode is called the Dorian mode. Alright, and it looks and sounds something like this. Right, it is a minor scale. Why? Because it fits over minor chords, dude. It fits over minor 7th chords, minor 6th chords, and power chords. Because a power chord doesn't have a third. It doesn't have a flat 3, it doesn't have a normal natural 3, a major third. It only has a 1, a 5th, and an octave, if you please. We've concluded in the key of F, or in any key, our first is a major and our second is a minor. Right. The third degree, the third mode of the major scale is your Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian. Alright, and your Phrygian looks and sounds something like this. Guess what? It's also a minor scale. 7th scale. No, I lie. It's not a minor 7th. It's minor 7th. So it is a minor 7th. I was playing a major 7th. minor 7th, power chord. Right. So again, so it's got a 1, it's got a flat 2, it's got a minor 3rd, a flat 3. So now we've already concluded that we have our first is a major, our second is a minor, our third is a minor. Right. Now we're going on to the 4th degree, the 4th mode, which is Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian. Right. And Lydian looks and sounds something like this. It is a major scale, meaning it fits over major chords, major 7th chords, power chords. Right, so now we concluded that we have 1 is major, 2 is minor, 3 is minor, 4 is major. Now we go to the 5th modal scale, which is now Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian. And our Mixolydian looks and sounds something like this. Interesting thing about this scale is it's a major scale and a dominant 7th scale, so meaning you can play major chords or you can play dominant chords or you can play power chords. Right, so now we've concluded that we have got major, minor, major or dominance. So what I would do is if I was working in 7ths, I'd go major 7th, minor 7th, minor 7th, major 7th, dominant 7th. I'm working in triads and it's major, minor, major. Now we go to the 6th degree, which is your Aeolian mode. And the 6th degree is your natural minor scale. Alright. So this scale looks and sounds something like this. It's a minor scale. Minor 7. Right, you guys can mess around with the minor 6s and everything. I'm just kind of giving you the triad shape and the 7th shapes, meaning major or major 7th or minor 7th, and the power chord just works over all of them because, as mentioned, the power chord doesn't have a 3rd degree. There's no minor 3rd, there's no major 3rd. It's straight from the root note, the 1st to the 5th, right, and then adding an octave if you please. Okay, cool. So now we've concluded that we've got major, minor, major, minor. Now we're going to hit on to the last and final scale, which is called the Locrian mode. Alright, and the Locrian mode is going to look and sound something like this. So it's kind of a dissonant sounding scale in context, right? And it doesn't work over major chords, it doesn't work over minor chords. It works over a chord called a minor 7 flat 5 chord. In 6th root position, it will look and sound something like this. In 5th root position, it would look and sound something like this. Right, like this. You can hear that it always sort of like wants to resolve back to the major 7th. Alright, so that is your Locrian mode, and that is all 7 of your Locrian mode, or 7 of your modes, which make up your modal scales. And to tie it all up, we've got major, minor, major, minor 7 flat 5, back to the major. So what just happened there? I basically just played the major scale for you in chords. So I did a chordal major scale for you. Re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. Okay, but why? Why did you do that, Brandon? Because now you're able to work out chord progressions in a particular key. So staying within the key of F, my 1 is a major, my 2 is a minor, my 3 is a minor, my 4 is a major. Okay, cool. So let's do in the key of F a 2-4-1 chord progression. Okay, cool, no problem. Minor, major, major, minor, major, major, minor. Okay, cool. So, but now what about the 6th degree and the 5th degree? Okay, so our 6 is minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 6. Alright, so we now got a 6, D minor. Oh, right, cool. So we know that 6 is the natural minor of the major. So you can always say in the key of F, F is your root, and your natural minor is your 6. So it's D, F major, D minor. Alright. Okay, so we're going to do a 6, 5, 2 chord progression. Alright. So it's going to be minor, major, minor. Back to the 1. So you get the points. You can just call up and make your own chord progressions. You can call out a 2-6-3. You can call out a 5-1-4. 5-1-4, quite a common chord progression. So a 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say 5-4-1. 2, 3, 4, 5. Major, 5, 4, 1. All major chords. Now guess what? The cool thing about this is all those modes that you learned, your Ionian, your Dorian, your Aeolian, are all going to fit over those chords that we just called out. So I'm going to actually show you a backing track in the key of F. I don't know what chords they're playing. I just know that because they're playing in the key of F, they're playing either one of those chords that I just showed you. And I'm going to show you how I can just noodle around with all those scales and it's going to work. This is called improvising. This is how improvising comes into play. You know a key, you know your scales, you kind of don't have to know what chords they're really playing. You just know that the modes you're going to play are going to work because they're within the same key, if that makes sense. So doing that and knowing that, okay, cool, my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, my 5 is C, my 6 is D, D is a minor. Why not use some like arpeggios, you know? You know, whatever. C arpeggio, and incorporate those with the scales. So what we'll get is something sounding like this. Remember, the backing track is in F. We just did all our modal scales in the key of F. Here's what it's going to sound like. Sonic. Arpeggios. Back to modes. Major scale. The other. Fully Ionian. Let's go fully Dorian. Fully Phrygian. Yeah, it's the same thing. I think you kind of get the point. It's all just gonna work out. I mean, like, you really want to get locked up and dialed in, and you can start adding those taps and whatever, because you just know where to tap, because you're sort of tapping on the modes. If that makes sense. So I hope this video was informative and helped you out, and let me know what you want to learn next, or if you want, let me know if you have some questions about this stuff, and I'll hopefully do a secondary video for you. Thanks.